देखा था अपना इंडिया का बंदा था making vada pav and butter chicken shoes.
Yeah. Skateboarding scene, because I was doing a little bit of that also. And I was more of a Chuck Taylor guy then, bro.
He designs custom shoes for LeBron James and everyone in the NBA.
Penny Hardaway. He didn't like anything that Nike had designed for him. He saw this in somebody's bag and he said कि मुझे ये चाहिए.
Welcome to another episode of Baba Ki Balcony. I'm your host and host Baba, aka Sahil Sharma. Today we have a very special episode. We have a sneaker fest today at home in the balcony, and with me we have my two very special friends. I have Rohit and Shinichi with me. Welcome guys to the episode.
Thank you.
It's amazing having both of y'all here with all these amazing shoes today. It's crazy. I didn't realize that तुम लोग आ जाओगे और इतना जल्दी आओगे और इतने सारे जूते हैं हमारे पास कि हम आज एक गिव अवे कर सकते थे, बट इतना दिलदार नहीं हूँ मैं. एंड जो मयंक भाई का पैर है हम शायद वो तो कर सकते हैं गिव अवे, है ना? तो guys, welcome, and would you like to introduce yourselves? We'll start with Rohit.
I'm Rohit Chaudhary. I am into construction at the moment. I used to design shoes and yachts, but अभी फिलहाल रोटी पे थोड़ा ध्यान है.
So yeah, me and Rohit know each other from DSK days, and I have a fond memory of him drawing yachts, and his sneaker game was always on point. So yeah, I've been seeing that, and it's an honor, bro, to get you here. And what about you, bro?
So my name's Shinichi. I basically started off as a sneakerhead, went into designing shoes, went into designing clothing, t-shirts, and now I work in a digital marketing agency doing business development. But this is my passion, my hobby. Yeah.
Bro, would you want to say how did y'all meet, or how did you know
So
एक दूसरे को कैसे जानते?
like for me, sneakers, मुझे पता नहीं था इंडिया में scene है. I saw this page once which does like infographic artworks on sneakers, and I always loved reading about shoes. So I saw that page and I followed it. देखा था अपना इंडिया का बंदा था making vada pav and butter chicken shoes.
Yeah.
And that's how I reached out to him. And I used to design shoes, but मेरा क्या था, I used to like take this shoe and उसके ऊपर I used to try paint digitally on Photoshop. And this guy had like proper artwork with like lines and filling colors, shades and everything. So I just reached out to him like, आप कैसे करते हो? He was kind enough to send me an entire pack. And this is how I started. Like,
He sent you a whole blueprint in a way. इस पे तो
it's like, इस पे design करो, इस पे color करो. And he was very generous that time. He taught me about like these pages you should follow, these pages you should look at to learn about sneakers. These are the guys, these are the OG guys who've been doing this like way before we were born. And it was because of him I got like
Way before you were born. हम लोग को बोलो
is that what you have?
अभी वही हम बात कर रहे हैं. We are not in the scene anymore, bro. हम Birkenstock वाले हो गए हैं फिर. Watch my life. And you were saying, bro, so ऐसे you all met.
That's how and this is the first time I'm meeting him in person, but we've just spoken online. One day I realized he's in Pune, and 2 years still we didn't meet. It was all online, but yeah, learned a lot from him.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro. The world is so small. I should think about it. I met him at Swig, and I was speaking about you. And if you checked out his page, like I have a friend who does. He's like, bro, I know Rohit, like he's getting. I'm like, bro, कितना छोटा world है, bro. And it's crazy, bro, that both of y'all are here. अपनी balcony में बैठ के and we are here. Crazy, bro. So how did for both of y'all, like, how did the whole scene? How is the sneaker scene for y'all, man? How did you get into it? Like, what was your baby steps to?
Well, baby steps for me when I purchased my first sneaker, which was the Reebok G Unit. This was back in the day. And like हमारे यहाँ पे तो क्या बाटा वाटा मिल देगा, जिस जो नाइकी वाइकी आते थे सब रिश्तेदार जो बाहर यूएस से लेके आते थे. So that got me into sneakers. Ki there's actually a market for this. There's a culture about this. People like to wear these shoes. At that time, Reebok G units had come out, your Daddy Yankees had come out, and your Jay-Z's had come out. Na kya pagalpan hai?
This is the same time I was also had come down, I think.
Dude, it was crazy at that point in time. Like basketball shoes, though, it was something that was on another level, though. But that was something that, people used to get down for you. I had these pairs of Adidas Tim Duncans
Yeah.
that I had when I was a kid, and I'm like, I didn't know what pair I'm wearing. Then, like my younger brother, my dad had gone out, he'd got a pair of LeBrons for him. पता ही नहीं उसको है क्या. That was crazy, yeah. And so I got into the scene because I found out that people were not really talking about the design aspect of shoes in terms of when the marketing or the press statements came out. There's a lot of intricacy when a shoe is made, and that gets lost in translation when coming out to the public. So that is what I wanted to focus on. And this has actually helped me to interact with the people who have worked on the shoe behind the scenes and to know about a lot of crazy facts that still a lot. I see also majority of the media outlets of sneakers still haven't put out.
So for me, it was basically as a school kid, I had my school shoes on, जो school में को बेचता था. And one day वो खो गया, कोई चोरी कर दिया. And my mom was like, listen, we need to buy you shoes right away. Sports day आ रहा है. So I have an elder brother who's 8 years older to me, like cousin, but he's like this influential character in my life. And he's like, I'll introduce you to something cool. So he bought this Flyknit shoe and multiple colors. This kya bana hai? And he had a pair of up-tempos, he had a pair of Air Maxes, everything. So he's like, listen, I'm going to get you this. He takes me to the shady-ass shop, okay? And I had 2,000 rupees in my pocket. He's like, tu meko de, main teko juta dilata hai. Usne 2,000 rupees liya and he got me this pair of Air Maxes. I till date don't know if it's legit or not. Because I ordered on my sports day ki phone liye and उसका Air Max का sole फट गया, like ये bubble फट गया. I was like, yo, ये scam क्या है?
And this was like a white color Air Max thought.
It was a all black knit Air Max. And I was like, this guy's done something to my shoe. But after that, I saw this entire culture coming around it. Like, I put that shoe on Google. I saw these podcasts of Complex and these sneaker shopping with celebrities. I'm like, oh, there's a culture around this. And since then, I was just obsessed. So, I think 10th, 11th, 12th किया मैं. Then college में जब आया मेरे को पता चला इंडिया में भी सीन है. नहीं तो तब तक इंडिया में सीन था पता ही नहीं. I was only talking to people abroad and pages abroad. And I was like, oh wait, the people in India were already doing this. They have like YouTube channels and they're doing a lot of shit. And that's how I got to know, oh, wait, I can create groups. I can join communities. Speak to like-minded people and shit. So that's how I got into like the sneaker culture.
Crazy. You know, the funniest part, not the funniest part, I would say, the best thing about both of y'all here today are both in the design scene. You know, as much as you all love shoes, the love has started from design as well. Because you all, so what are the key elements? Like, how did you think that you all want to design shoes, man? Like, that's passion, end of the day again.
Yeah. So for me, it was basically what is the technology behind the shoe. I wanted to know more about that. It's not just a form. There's a lot of thought that goes behind why this was used, why this material has gone into it. And that's the technology aspect of it was what interested me. Because for me, currently, I'm more into runners. At that point, I was more into, again, performance-oriented footwear. It was not something like a casual shoe or lifestyle shoe. So this aspect is something that actually got me into कि इसके बारे में research करते हैं है क्या, कहाँ से ये बना था, which were the suppliers used for making the technology, क्या molds use किए गए थे इसमें. So like if I take this shoe into this was actually a mold that Nike had contacted Daewoo to make because they didn't have the technology. At that point of time when this was made, this had spent around $750,000 just for the mold. And obviously after the first run, the mold was destroyed. When this shoe came out, it in the 80s, 90s, I can't remember the date now, this sold for $180. At that time when Jordans were at $60, $70.
Yeah.
Because I remember, bro, back in school, when I was in school, everyone had a pair of these, bro. Like, people wanted to, like, because basketball was a scene, right? The culture was in, there was and one happening, and people wanted to wear the sickest basketball shoes. And अपना मेरे को तो size ही नहीं आता था, bro, उस time. Like, legit, मेरे को कुछ नहीं मिलता था, bro. That's crazy.
And one was something that was, yeah.
Oh, that will go back. I did.
Escalade and all that.
What was it about?
It was just basketball, bro.
Okay.
So it was stream all.
I was in India.
No.
Across the world in the US.
Like, you just,
People in India were following it.
yeah. Oh, and these videos of people doing tricks and all. It was fantastic stuff. And they used to promote their own line of shoes, apparel with these videos. So they had their set of 5-6 players who were on another level in terms of street basketball. Yeah. Oh, dude.
It was crazy, bro. Oh, what were your first pairs like? I would want to know, like, for you, you said your first pair was that, you said your first pair was a Air. But when did that happen, that when you bought your own pair, khud, ki haan, matlab ye juta maine khud liya and I love shoes and I want to buy a sneaker. When did that happen? What shoe was that?
For me, it was the Air Force One.
Hey.
एक दुकान होती थी नियर द इंदिरा गांधी इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट इन महिपालपुर. सो एक गलियों में जाके एक दुकान होती थी. ये आदमी यूज्ड टू गेट द एयर फोर्स वंस फ्रॉम इंडोनेशिया और मलेशिया. एंड एट दैट टाइम, सो लाइक, dude, what shoe is this? It's actually a brick. If you went the Air Force One for the first time, the soul is as hard as that brick. Oh, and this was the time when those Nelly Air Force One videos used to come out. So again, it's music that had an influence on the sneakers as well for me. And yeah, I used to wear them to school and stuff. Yeah, juta. That is fantastic.
Mad. What about you, bro?
So I was in the sneaker scene for a long time, but I never wanted to invest because मेरे को खुद का पैसा डालना था. So I saved up. And one day I was like, I've saved up enough. Rakhi ka gift aa gaya. And Diwali, I was like, now I've got like 15 odd grands. Let me spend it on shoes. So I go to Veg Non-Veg and I was like, ke paas kya available hai? And they have like a good number of shoes. But I was like, no. So for me, I was, because of guys like him who taught me history and shoe ka stories, I was a story guy first. I was like, if the shoe does not have a story, I'm not buying it. So I used to keep going to Veg Non-Veg. And one day I finally found a pair of reverse print Jordan 1 lows. And they were not launched in the market yet. They just had like a box piche and I saw the pair upar ek pada hua. I was like, मेरे को ये दो. He's like, तुम्हारे size में नहीं है. मैंने बोला, call करो manager को, बुलाओ मेरे से. मैंने कहा, चाहिए. And that was my first pair because Breads is like the OG shoe. So I wanted that. That was my first Jordan. And uske saath hi I bought a pair of Chuck Taylor's Vans. And that was like my first 15,000 में मैंने 3 जूते ले लिए.
Crazy. Chuck Taylor's are always in go-to, right?
Yes.
Like, that's one shoe that I love, that सीधे उसको washing machine में that I want. Yeah, bro, the best thing. That's crazy, bro. I mean, what do you all think about the hype, bro? Like, in the recent years, the hype of the sneaker game. And it's just like elevating, right? And I've seen people who are not culturally acquired and they know about the culture, they're getting in the scene. So yeah, it's not to do with music, it's just that everyone's doing it. Kya lagta hai, what's the current scene and how do you think India mein was the future with the sneaker market?
So it started off with people liking the culture. But then when it became trendy, because so India influencers है Bollywood वाले. जब शाहरुख खान जॉर्डन पहनता है तो मेरे को भी जॉर्डन पहनने का है. And because of, I think, Instagram and TikTok, जहाँ पे like you have access to the world and you see every foreign TikToker wearing these obsidian Jordan 1s. Now you also want to have a pair of Jordans. It's fake, it's original, doesn't matter. True. You've got money, you're wearing original. If you don't have money, you're wearing fake. But that is how the culture spread. People don't know about like, okay, that's the history behind the shoe. And a lot of media outlets, like he said, they only focus on showcasing, acha bhi, this is the resale price, or this is how the investments gonna go and all of that. but there's no story or there's no design language being displayed. So abhi, like, I attended this event in Bombay last week, and there were 10,000 odd people all wearing Jordans. There were, मतलब एक अच्छा ऐसा non-Jordan पहन नहीं था. But they don't know about the culture. They just know कि मेरे पास पैसा है. I want to look cool. I want to go to the club, wear Jordans. I want to look fly.
Just because he's wearing it, I want to wear that.
If you've seen the videos going on about that event recently on Instagram, all the videos that I've seen is, okay, how much did your shoes cost?
Yeah. True. Yeah, actually. People are just asking that, right? Bro, we are not that podcast. We have all these shoes and we're going to talk about the shoes. We're going to talk about the stories of the shoes and not the cost.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, I think the whole hype is like, how much do they cost?
At that data की ठीक है 1 लाख रुपए का जूता है, पब्लिक वही शुरू करेगा ना कि 1 लाख में तुम्हारे पास कौन से जूते हैं दिखा.
I think MC Stan also played a vital role to do that, right? 80,000 का जूता है, तेरा घर बिक जाएगा. That escalated the whole scene, bro. 80,000 के जूते हैं.
Dude, I remember people actually having 80,000 word shoes being like, wait, now अभी इसके ऊपर मैं रील बनाता है. And for that entire year, लोग सिर्फ वही बात कर रहे हैं कि कितने का जूता 80,000 का. Like, come on. But then actually his shoes weren't 80,000 worth. People don't know that. People don't know that a lot of these shoes you can actually get it for retail if you search. Yeah. But that's the hype which has been created. Like, people don't know you can get Jordans for below 15,000, 10,000. And he got his first Jordan for like 4,000 rupees. So that's a story. People don't know that you can access that kind of shoes.
Yeah, that's my next question. Like, when I meet people, the basic questions come from that is, what's your connect? Who gets you the shoes? कितने का लिया, किधर से लिया और मेरे को मंगा देगा. So, what do y'all go through places to get into the sneaker scene and how to cop a pair?
So for me, I started before all this Instagram was even thought about or conceptualized. So shoes or anything in general, the hunt is more important than
the actual
proof. Yeah, because that's what creates the fun about it. For me, when I used to buy shoes, obviously I'll speak about the online days, was Overkill was one in Germany, and was one. You have, I forget the name again, Foot Patrol is the other. So you go to these websites, just scan whatever is there. Because there are a lot of pairs that we didn't get here.
Yeah.
जो वहाँ पे sale पे हैं, discounted rates पे बिक रहे हैं in our sizes. So I've got this crazy A6 Gel Light 3 Kobe beef.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, if you see, it's not a hype pair, but the quality of materials on that is fantastic. And you don't mind paying that because, okay, superior materials have been used in this. There are a lot of shoes where, the hype is, you pay through your nose and then you get a substandard product, but you're okay with that. So for me, that I don't like that. So yeah.
But that, like you said, you're more of a guy who, when you design shoes yourself, you look at the materials, you look at the tech. So you like buying things which give you that quality, right? You pay. Yeah.
And abhi to Instagram pages are what is working. I like the hype in general in India currently is because my access to the pairs that I want has quadrupled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy how shoes and the prices have recently just elevated. I was talking to someone yesterday about just All-Stars, right? Chuck Taylors, and he wanted to buy a pair. He's like, bro, 6,000 रुपए का जूता मिल रहा है अभी. आपने कितने का लिया था? मैंने कहा मैंने तो bro, I couldn't find nothing, so I picked up 3-4 pairs from Amazon. सब 2,000 का आया. मैंने I can wear them in the rain, bro, and throw them off in the washing machine. Yeah. And now the same shoe, like a low top, black, is like 6K to 12K. Yeah. I'm like, go on the official site. The official site doesn't have those shoes. Yeah. They have new Chuck Taylors, the fat soles, the ugly looking shoes. And I was like, wow.
But that's the thing. I joined in very late into the Indian scene. So for me, the introduction was WhatsApp groups, where basically people across India are buying and selling उसी group के अंदर. Yeah. And वो लोग आगे जाके अगर अच्छा sale हो रहा है, then they used to create their own Instagram page and resell shoes. Now the problem is India में इतने resellers आ गए एक time पे. There are a lot of them started selling fakes. So then how do you check? So you need to see कितने followers है. But are the followers genuine? Are they selling like COD कर रहे हैं तो fake है? Yeah, वो सब चीजें we started looking at. And now you can get it from like there are 3-4 lot of legit pages, but then 3-4 good pricing pages. So you could find अच्छा इस page पे मुझे ये price अच्छा मिल रहा है. Then of course the retailers like Veg Non-Veg Super Kicks who've opened the doors for the Indian market altogether. At one point I couldn't imagine these pairs ever coming to India. And they've now started coming. And then there's Soul Search and all of these other boys who are like getting foreign brands like Mischief to India. Which is crazy shit. But that's how it's now accessible to everyone. And pricing is also gone very high because the demand's high. And India's only gonna go like higher in like
Nike.in and the referrals and stuff like I have the worst luck. Right? Is it a go-to place for y'all as well? Do you go and try your luck?
Yeah. We try our luck every day 7:30 in the morning.
I have a friend like अपना group है Discord का. People get up in the morning to do that, bro. सब लोग ऐसा लगे रहते हैं. Stock exchange में नहीं रहता. People are there doing that grind, bro. It's crazy.
But I have heard Nike India also shares that same setup with Singapore and all this.
Yeah.
तो जब आप यहाँ पे 7:30 बजते वहाँ ऑलरेडी 9 बज के पैर कब खत्म हो जाए.
Something's very funny. The scene, all the sneakers that come to India come from Singapore, right? Yeah. But the sneakers in Singapore are way expensive than India.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But that's
Duties.
I think that's because of the duties. That is the only logical reason.
I think I paid like $300 or something for these, bro. There.
Oh. Yeah. 120
Why? Oh, yeah, shit is real there, bro.
Singapore expensive है.
Yeah. But वहाँ जूते पहन सकते हो, गंदे नहीं होते ना.
इंडिया के बाहर कहीं भी जूते पहनना गंदे नहीं होते.
Bro, we're gonna be coming to that shoes we have today. I wouldn't want to say moolah. They should be kept in a museum, bro. You know. And also, I would want to showcase a fake pair that I have, and I keep it very proudly. It's a fake pair that I bought specially because I love the color, right? Okay. And I don't wear it because it's fucking... You slip, bro. Like, if you wear also, the grip is whack, everything is whack, the laces are whack. It's just, the grey looks damn cool. We're going to display that also in a bit. But let's start with the sneakers, bro. What are we looking at today?
So you want to start with this?
Sure. So this is your composite one, Nike. It was actually made for this player called Scottie Pippen. And during one of the other meetings with this player called Penny Hardaway, he didn't like anything that Nike had designed for him. He saw this in somebody's bag and he said, "Ki mujhe ye chahiye."
Wow.
At that time, there was no technology available to make this shoe. So Nike had to contact Daewoo, the car company, Matisse, jo sabne dekhi. That's how they made this shoe. The concept and the prototype was made by them. Ideally, when they had made this shoe, it was supposed to be launched with Penny Hardaway, but it was Mike Bibby who wore these shoes in a college basketball game for the first time.
Wow.
When they came out with this ad, there was a number in the ad. और US में public पे वो number में phone कर और it was some random number. किसका number था वो?
Wow.
That guy got fried. कितने को इतना public phone कर And wow, yeah, it was crazy. So this was one of the first pairs where a person on eBay actually said कि मुझे ये जूता दे दो मैं अपनी गाड़ी बेचता हूँ. Yeah. Yeah, I'll trade my car for this shoe. And when Penny put these on for the Orlando Magic, there was this rule in the NBA कि certain amount of color should be matching your jerseys and stuff.
Yeah.
So when he put these on, where these grooves are, he just took a Sharpie and just filled in the color.
Wow. And now it's called the Sharpie
Pack. Yeah. So this is one of my favorite pairs. I have quite a few of these in my collection. And it's the only pair that I think can survive the Pune monsoons also.
Yeah.
So I don't mind wearing these in the monsoon.
That's crazy, bro. Like, you're a band, bro. Like, you're like a sneaker historian, I would say. Like, you have your, like, the reference game and, like, the story point on
That's
point.
what I'm saying. No, through all these design posts that have come in, the amount of research, the background checks and stuff that you have to do is crazy, because there's always that guy who can comment on Instagram, oh no, this is not like that.
Yeah.
You don't know this, you don't know that.
Oh, yeah.
So the fact with these shoes is, then you search online, you get to know people. Like when I was doing the post with Veg Non-Veg for the Reebok Insta Pump, like I was speaking to Steven Smith.
I have that.
So the amount of details and stuff that you come to know that were in the back that nobody came to know is crazy, absolutely crazy. With the dunks, the lobsters that we have here, there's this guy called Rob Hepler, who was behind the design of this, and what he was inspired by. Like, he's from Boston again, where Concepts is from. And they used to go fishing during the weekends.
Yeah.
And that's where he got the idea from, lobster fishing. So if you see this inside, again, the inside is a picnic table. This is exactly the stains that you see on a lobster nowadays. It's completely fantastic.
It's got the band in the box.
Yeah, band.
For the front, right? Yeah. But bro, I always wanted to ask that, like, the band really fucks up the...
Yeah, so it does leave the color on that.
Yeah. So I was like, bro, like,
But
why would
I feel it should be worn with the band.
Yeah?
Yeah, it looks way cooler.
especially the red one.
Red ones, so
The red ones.
so there's red, yellow, green, blue, and purple.
And now orange.
And orange, yeah,
Orange one.
yeah.
Orange came out. Everyone has a one. So the prices go like, when does the highest, because it came first. Then blue aaya, then yellow aaya, green aaya, purple aaya. Abhi orange aaya, orange, sabke pair pe. You got to, anyone who's got 80 grand and they want to buy a good shoe, they go for that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's all the culture spreading.
Yellow is super rare. So when the reds came out, they actually had a lobster crate as the box for the first couple of people who came in.
Wow.
Unko, and there were a lot of things that they gave. Yeah, they gave sauces, plates, cutlery, a lot of things. So the amount of detail that went, especially for people who came all the way to the store to pick these up, is amazing. Amazing.
Bro, I wanted to ask, like, who are the people at the back end designing the shoes that you are inspired from?
That's a good question.
For me, again, Steven Smith is one. Everybody knows Tinker. I won't take Tinker's name again. There's this guy called Michael Moore who did the Edge on one. Apart from that, you have so there's so many.
Let's come to a more recent time, like in these couple of years. Anyone that you've seen, like, we know the culture. We look at the Nikes.
Yeah.
Okay, we've seen the Reebok era. We've seen the Adidas era. So yeah, let's talk about. I don't know if I want to talk about it, but let's go towards the LV side and stuff like that. You know, there are a lot of designers who've come in, worked on different things. Do you think those shoes also play a big part of the culture now?
Absolutely, because after some time, how many Jordans would you like to have? There's something that you would like to graduate to, something that is more fine in terms of materials, quality, construction. That's where the high-end designer shoes come in. And for us, okay, we're collectors, but people who, let's say millionaires, what do they wear? They wear LVs and these kind of stuff. And that's where that comes in. I mean, there's a lot of other brands apart from LV as well. But Henderscheme also does some fantastic stuff. If you've seen, they take silhouettes, popular silhouettes, and just do super butter leather on them. It's crazy.
For me, in the new age, it's always been Virgil Abloh. Like, I started off with two guys, Kanye and Virgil, and they are my top two designers. So of course, Steven is the mind behind Kanye. I was speaking to the entire Easy team. How does the process of Kanye work? So it's like, for example, the Wave Runners. Sunflower color mein aaya tha beech mein. And I was like, he was a radical design. So how did you come up with that? He's like, Kanye ka process is very simple. He looks at something. So he has this massive land जहाँ पे ऐसा caves है. तो वो दिखता है.
Wyoming.
So even the shoe that you're, the Crocs, the Yeezys,
Oh, Wave Runners.
the Wave Runners are inspired by those caves. But for example, this shoe I was talking about, वो क्या करता है? बोलता है कि उधर he saw the sunflower, ये cactus है, बीच में एक sunflower होगा है. And he saw that and he was like, मेरे design team को बोलता है कि ये ऐसा उस color का कुछ बना. And he has 4 people who are the heads over there. Under Steven, there are 4 VPs. वो 4 VP 4 अलग design बनाते हैं. They get 48 hours. And in 48 hours, you have to present 4 designs to Kanye. And one of them gets selected and that's made. And this design was made by a 17-year-old kid who was an intern under the VP. And Kanye was like, this kid, he's going to be the future star. And the entire Yeezy team works on a 48 hours. These guys don't sleep. They don't do anything. They just work. But that's how like Yeezy culture's made. And then there's Abna Virgil Bao, rest in peace. But he's really created this entire off-white culture where tens were an introduction to so many people in the sneaker scene. Like that off-white take, now everyone knows. Like, मैं अपने जूते पे off-white take डालता है because Virgil को मेरे को नहीं ना off-white.
Like, there's so much stuff that you want to buy when you're there and you see the stuff, bro. You're like, what? Virgil Babu ने एक ऐसा game भी करता है and it's art, bro. It's crazy. Yeah, I wanted to buy.
Hate as well for Virgil.
Yeah, of course, bro. Yeah.
I mean, that says when you're successful, people do hate it. But there's some of the stuff that he's done is pretty fantastic. I mean, cross branding also, like he's collaborate. I mean, Virgil's collaborated with Mercedes-Benz, with Jazz, and so many other things. It's crazy. He had collaborated with IKEA also, right?
Yeah, watch companies, bro.
Watch companies.
Yes. He's done a lot of good stuff. And I think most of my inspiration for work comes from him. Especially if I have to make something for a client. So I remember the night before he passed away, I was looking at his podcast while designing a box for one of these shoes. And that was my first LV shoe, first off-white design-based shoe मैंने बनाया था. And उसका box में बना रहा था, रात भर बैठ के I was painting it. And I'm not a painter, I was just, because I was listening to him, I kept doing something or the other कि मेरे को उसके जैसा कुछ बनाना है. And next day morning, I know he's passed away and that left like a hole. So I think that entire time, I knew a lot of people who knew about him and spoken to him. So you should ask कि आपको क्या अच्छा लगता है about the designer. And he's like, he is fearless. That man will put whatever idea he has on the table. अच्छा नहीं है तो भी चलता है उसको, but he's put it on the table. And that's what I try to take it with my designing also.
So the fearless exploration is what we call it. That is the basis of his design, and that's pretty cool. Yeah,
that's crazy, man. Rest in peace, bro. Crazy. Coming back, bro. We have a lot of sneakers. I think we need to like talk about.
So there's this is the Tiffany Dunks. So basically, this came out in 2006. These doors, and उस कैसा होता है, हर सिटी का ना एक अपना शू होता है. तो एक शू बना था Pigeons. It was for the New York, and it was biggest. बॉम्बे में भी पिजन थे, पुणे में पिजन थे, but उधर बना दिया उन्होंने, and Pigeon color में बना. So this guy was like, wait, I need an LA theme. So Diamond Supply नाम का company है, and they were like, Tiffany color is such an iconic color. Why is no one using it? तो उन्होंने टी-शर्ट्स पे टिफनी कलर में उनका लोगो डालते थे. एंड दैट दे आर हार्डवेयर कंपनी. उनका टी-शर्ट से कुछ लेना देना नहीं था, उनका हार्डवेयर से ज़्यादा टी-शर्ट्स में पैसा आना चालू हुआ. एंड दैट्स हाउ नाइकी नोटिस्ड दैट, एंड नाइकी वाज लाइक, वी नीड टू डू अ शू विथ यू. सो दे मेड अ पेयर ऑफ लोज with the same color. And this is like premium material. Of course, this material is not that good as the lows, but those were like premium material and the colors are Tiffany, and people went bonkers. Like there were fights over this shoe. And this was when the resale, like he said, the resale prices, people were paying 10x. जो retail था उसका 10 गुना ज़्यादा pay कर रहे थे for this shoe. And then 2013, I think, they released it in the highs because they were like, we need to get back that era. And similar, like people still go crazy behind this shoe. पुणे में 2-3 पैर चोरी हुए इसके.
क्या
हाँ, some people.
चोरी क्या कोई मंदिर में ऐसे जूता छोड़ के गया था?
So, because these pairs are so rare, if you find her, like just put it out, take it up.
Bro, मेरा एड्रेस किससे शेयर नहीं करना? That's crazy, bro.
So those are these. Then what do we have here? We got these. This is one of the recent pairs which I really like. We were just discussing before. Like it's called the rainbow trouts. It's based off like the fishing thing. So like this is what is missing in today's design, which is communicating like the story behind the shoe, right? और हमने fishing के लिए swoosh ऐसा रखा है. Insole पे there is a fish, यहाँ पे fish है. The materials, the suede, everything is like on point. And if you see the leather now, they've put fish ka scales on it.
Yeah.
Which no one else is actually doing. Like,
It's not a hype, man.
Huh?
It's a GR. But the amount of thought that's gone behind it. Like, who would have told you about this? True.
But as designers, that's what's important, right? And giving a, like, whatever it's belief system or what it's for, it has to be out there. And that's crazy getting to know the stories, bro. Like, what the shoe.
You wouldn't have glanced at it for a second time. Ki, theek hai, pada hai, okay, theek hai.
Bilkul, bro. But now, like, when you said it, it all just makes sense, bro. Like, it's crazy. Just the detailing, that the integrity in it is crazy, bro.
And that's how I feel shoes provide value to you. Or else it's just कि मैंने show off करने के लिए एक Jordan ले लिया. But now you have a story associated to that shoe. Like I was speaking to a friend of mine. So I think there's an Oski pair नीचे, the shark वाला. So Oski is like this. Look at feet, देखो कितना.
Yeah.
So Oski is a skateboarder, and उसको chance मिला बनाने कुछ. But he was like, listen, I love sharks. I love the color white. And most of all, this design of this shark is like वो जो pose करता है skateboarding के type. So my friend, he was like, listen, I skateboard too. Oski उसके skateboard पे joint roll करता था एक time पे. And my friend was like, wait, I do that too. Let me buy this pair. So it creates that emotional connect where you are like, if I relate to that guy, let me buy the shoe.
I've not seen many of these, bro.
He's not there. It's
a very rampant.
But look at how beat it is. Like people have, and the details on this, like the stitching is red, the teeth of the shark are red, the lacelets are red. Like that is what I like about shoes, like designing it, small cheeses.
That.
But yeah, how did you get into sneakers?
Bro, for me, it was like just culture, music, and like I was in a boarding school. So I was in a boarding school, right? And for me, I came from an era जहाँ अपन जैसे बोला बाटा वाटा पहनते. तो I didn't know sneaker scene क्या होता है, bro. अपन ने कभी पहना ही नहीं अच्छा जूता. मतलब अपने को पता ही नहीं था. Because we are in a culture, I used to live in Faridabad and stuff. So कोई scene ही नहीं था ना जूते का scene. When I went to the boarding school, then I got to know about the culture scene, bro. Got introduced to music, rap music, things like that. People were wearing sneakers. I was like, shit, bro. This is the scene. And मेरा size ही नहीं मिलता था, bro, मेरे को. So अपना दिल्ली में पालिका जगह थी. वहाँ पे अपन नकली जूते खरीदते थे. फूफू का जर्सी भी नकली वहाँ से. सही है. जूते का साइज बड़ा है. वो अंदर सोल डाल रहा उसमें. इन सोल डाल रहा 2 के बाद फिट आएगा हो जाएगा. इतना बड़ा जूता आगे से अपन घूम रहे. सही है. But yeah, तो ऐसा, that's how it started for me as well, bro. And then for me it was like buying my first Vans. The skateboarding scene, because I was doing a little bit of that also. And I was more of a Chuck Taylor guy then, bro. I had like some crazy pairs, bro. I had the Pink Floyds with the whole Pink Floyd ka prism and the whole rainbow in the sole to some like New York. There was this pair, I forgot the name, but it was that one All-Star. One Chuck Taylors with like proper graffiti subculture scene from the New York undergrounds and the metro scenes. You know how the graffiti is done? And they had a puffy अपना क्या बोलते हैं, insole is puffy. And that was crazy. It was a crazy pair. I can't find it online nowhere now. So that's how I got introduced to shoes, bro. That's how like the whole scene happened and crazy.
Papa also has some crazy pairs of shoes from what I can see.
And also I'm in that era now that the wife says, don't you have too many? And अभी नहीं लेने का, जूता नहीं. Why? You don't even head out like चप्पल पहन के जा रहा तो बाहर. जूता क्यों चाहिए? अभी जूता पड़ता है bro. So when you mean that's our conversation now, bro, जूता पहनने का राय पड़ता है, अभी पहनने का नहीं, अभी चप्पल में ही आता है. And yeah, bro, so my brother also has a crazy collection of shoes. And the best thing is we all share the same shoe size. तो कभी वो छोड़ के जाता है. That's the best thing, bro. Even Chandni wears the same size है उसका भी. तो हम तीनों bro ऐसा it's crazy.
But now that you said that, if you've noticed the last couple of years, that's fantastic colorways that are coming in women's sizes. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I actually prefer those as compared to the GR
size, bro. I was size 12. I can't wear any of them. But I think Off-White 4s जो आई थी, I love that pair. Women's, lot of 4s, सब women's आ रहे. And I was like, हमने कुछ पाप किया है, हमको भाई को पहनने दो.
That's the scene, bro. But yeah, bro, like the culture, everyone's getting into the sneaker scene, bro. I see women also like copying crazy shoes, wearing them.
But that's actually damn cool, yeah. Like earlier on, it was just guys
true
thing.
It's fun when people are talking about it and I see them wearing good shoes. Like you wanna have a conversation about just shoes, bro. Yeah. You know, nothing else but like, hey, good sneakers. Sneakers का बात ही करने का, bro. And I think हम भी ऐसे ही मिले ना. It was more कि what are you wearing,
So I think he and Mayank sir were together, and Mayank sir is always with his Jordan 1s on. Okay. Always. Like whenever I see him at Swig, and I was like, sir, badhiya shoes, sir. And the thing is, I go to Swig only to drink water and play foosball. So I go there, I look at people with good shoes, and I hand them my card. Like I design shoes. So
hustler, proper.
I'm 21. Yeah, after this, yes. So I used to go there and I saw him and sir, and then he introduced me कि like bro हम लोग ये सब करते थे बहुत पहले. I have these shoes. Mayank sir was telling me I'm buying so many shoes. Every time he was showing me his Nike app, and that's how I got to know him. Yeah.
Bro उनको तो पकड़ना पड़ता है ऐसे, बस हो गया bro, बस हो गया. Relax, cheaper, relax. So yeah, that's crazy, bro.
How did you get into like the getting your custom, your infographic out?
So infographics was something that I did a lot in my college days for my projects. And I actually used to like doing them, but it was more from a research standpoint for the projects. We used to have these projects where divided into 3 phases: analysis, creativity development. The analysis part of it, how to put a lot of information across without the other person going to sleep. You have to make it a bit more concise and, make it a bit more interactive for the other person to grasp it also. So that was where infographics came in, and it was ki, theek hai yaar, I like shoes, I like design, I like infographics. Why not just put this story across in a much more pleasant way to look at?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. I think college taught us that, bro. There were a lot of the basics were very important that we learned there.
Of life.
True that. And I think like I was talking to the Raji boys, they were here. And more than what we learned is the people that we met there, bro. I think that was like which I was talking about, like the sacred circle of few people that we met and we are with them. And that's the biggest thing we took from there, bro. Right?
Fantastic atmosphere for people to grow. Yeah, that place. I visited the campus a month back. It was disheartening, disappointing.
So you all are from the same design?
Yeah, I was doing video games. He was in industrial, apna, what do you call it? ISD, na? Yeah.
Wow.
That's how we met.
I have zero design background. So I have never been to any, I have zero formal education in design. So when a lot of people talk about their experience in design school and learning about designing, I'm like, okay, ये सिखाया था तुझको, oh ऐसे करवाया था, because a lot of basic principles like you said are taught over there जो हमको पता नहीं. Now that's a good thing some way because we don't know that, okay, these are the principles you should follow. So we kind of just go all out and break some of them. Sometimes good shit comes, a lot of time bad shit comes up.
But that's how you learn, right?
Yeah.
You need to go out there, you need to fall, you need to get hurt, and then that's how you learn to walk, stand, run.
So Shinichi also has a page on Instagram. It's called Sneaker Anime.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he does some crazy stuff. I want to talk about these Jordans, bro, and the design.
So basically, this was my first ever Jordan 1 made. The guy in Pune got Pranav, got it made for him. Very supportive. He helped. So that was my first time anyone ordered a Jordan 1. So I was like, okay, I need to do my best on this particular pair. And so my page is called Sneaker Anime. Now, how I started was I used to take a pair of Jordan 1s and मैं ऐसा trace करके उसके ऊपर क्या होता है customizers जो होते हैं I love the work they do, the detailing that they do, but वो उस character का शक्ल डालते हैं and वो character draw करते हैं shoe पे. And I'm like, a character has a lot of features. The clothes are designed by designers. Like, you as a video game designer, you must know कि अच्छा ये character पे ये colors चाहिए या ये setting है. So lights ऐसे गिर रहे हैं and all of these colors are coming. So a lot of thought goes behind that. I was like, if someone's done that, why not just take that elements and put it on a shoe? So I tried doing that. I picked up a Jordan 1 and I made Pikachu on that. And मैं वैसे करना चालू कर दिया था. And then online I used to search for outlines, put colors in that. He gave me this entire pack of outlines and I was like, okay, now I'm going to make the most out of it. And a lot of people can do what I do, but I did it on a daily basis. Like every single day for 100 days straight, I used to design shoes on his pack. And slowly I learned how to create my own pack. From that, I went to people who do realistic design. And I was like, how do you do it? Teach me. I learned from them. Fortunately, I found very supportive people abroad. Like, I was just telling him, the abroad sneaker scene is like, a lot of people are very open to helping you out. Like, my first 100 followers, there was this guy, Sir Castle D. He's got 200,000 followers. He designs custom shoes for LeBron James and everyone in the NBA. And he was following my account. So I knew I was doing something right. So वैसे करके मैं चालू किया sneaker anime. And I knew anime एक niche है ना जो public अभी grow करने वाला है. 3 साल पहले I knew it was gonna come to an extent where people don't know about anime but they're wearing anime t-shirts.
Yeah.
So वो मुझे एक था कि anime बढ़ेगा. So I started with that. And I used to do like shading and everything on shoes. Went on to just collaborate with other guys abroad. I give you designs for free. आप ये जूता इसको बना के दो, उसको बना के दो. And also I have my designs with like a little baby. One design was with LeBron James for a period of time. Collaborated with them, worked, learned abroad कैसे चलता है, क्या market है. And then I was like, now I'm getting it to India. I got a guy in Delhi who customizes shoes, extremely good at it. And I was like, मेरा design रहेगा, आप उसको reality में देखिए आप. And that guy also loves experimenting. Like तो एक Jordan 1 पे ये leather patch, ये suede patch डाल के इसको leather को ऐसे cut करके उस पे paint करना, not possible. The amount of detailing that's gone over here, all the small details. So this is basically inspired by the two brothers, Itachi and Sasuke, and they are Susanoo. So one is the orange color Susanoo, one is the purple color Susanoo.
It's crazy, bro. Just the quality on it. Can I see this? I show this to the camera also, bro. Bro, check out the details, man. When I'm looking at it, this is like top quality stuff, bro. Like done very well. Beautiful, bro.
See that separated leather, like जो अपना off white में होता है, वैसे करवाया उन्होंने. Yeah, I think.
So what's the time process, if I may ask, when you give the design to this guy and to you or the customer getting a finished pair?
So right now the way I work is I have 400 odd designs on my page itself. But a lot of people still want like one-off ones and like exclusive designs. They come to me, they tell me this is the character that they want. They give me some advance, whatever. And once I get that, I start designing. So I send them like 6-7 options, basic ideas. Basis that हम लोग एक design finalize करते हैं. That takes about a week's time to finalize the design because people want that special shoe. तो वो लोग तो full inputs देते हैं design में ये करोगे. But it's fun. तो एक बार वो हो गया, then we come to the customization bit. So I buy the base shoe. So for example, here it was a Jordan 1 High. Usually I'm now working on a lot of dunks. Because abroad dunks are selling like pancakes. So I get dunks, I send it out to these guys, and then they take around almost 45 odd days for one pair. So वैसे करके वो लोग करते हैं. Shipped out to India in like 2-3 days, US in a week's time. But yeah, my major audience is in the US, so I tend to focus over there.
I really like the Shaktiman pair also, bro. The design was mad. The design was mad, bro.
So Shaktiman was a 3-way collab. Like it was me, it was courtside the guy in Delhi, and there's this Jaipur-based brand called Farah.
Yeah.
They are doing some insane level streetwear. Like, if they go abroad, they're gonna sell for thousands of dollars. That is the level and quality that they're working with. And I was like, listen, I want to work with y'all. So they made a Shaktiman t-shirt, and जो materials use किए है, that's all come from his factory in Jaipur. So it's like the color blocking is the same, like you see the same shades, but यहाँ पे there's a different color of, and हमने क्या किया था, शेरवानी उठाई. शक्तिमान का जो बीच का part था, and then like the golden was a शेरवानी वाला. This was all I think velvet का. तो यहाँ 3 different color of velvet एक के ऊपर एक लगा के stitch करा है. And so, but that's the thing I wanted to like discuss. Ki India, a lot of these, or foreign, why a lot of brands get success is because of collaborations. Like Tiffany success collaborations, concept success collaboration. India में अभी तक वो culture इतना openly आ नहीं रहा. Like everyone's opening their own brands, but no one is collaborating. No one is wanting to work with each other.
Bro, it's so funny. Like I was just looking at this. Like we have over 1 billion population, jo hai, bro. Apna any YouTuber outside is getting views because India is the maximum. Their reach is India, right? People here are watching most of their stuff. Now they have their shoes coming in for celebrities, right? Nike's taking out shoes for Abhi. What's that lady, bro? Taylor, whatever her name is. Her shoe came out, right? Yeah, a lot of we have big guys here, bro. Inke joote kyun nahi banate? Why don't the culture accepts like people here, and why don't we make shoes for artists here, bro? Even rappers, right? People who are making it. If we have one-on-ones for those, and like there are shoes, there's audience here who's gonna buy it, bro. M had his own shoe. People back in the day wanted M's, bro. So like, abhi agar we have celebs, bro.
In today's case, it is possible from Fila because their operations are based in India.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that can be achieved easily. I mean, they have done a couple of shoes for Ranvijay.
Yeah.
And I think there's a couple of other artists. So, and that can be pretty cool, right? For promoting Fila as well, because
exactly, bro. I can see like some artists that I see who have an impact on culture here in India, having their own line and people wearing those, bro. Like, we should be doing this, bro. End of the day.
So the thing is, India now, because I was looking at it from perspective of sports. So Dhoni has his own sneaker line, right? It is like a massive failure because they don't know design, they don't know storytelling. They need to get people who know how to communicate a story and how to create that hype. तुम 1500 को जूता बेच रहे हो मासेस को, क्या पता उनको कि धोनी का वो ये है वो है. But like that's what Jordan did. Like Jordan made that entire hype because the shoe was banned. That's how he made that hype. And once the player becomes successful, the shoe also becomes.
Of course, bro. That's like vice versa scene, bro. End of the day. And here we have, like, if you look at it, like, you know, like the other day, Joe Rogan was talking about Kohli. People are like, bro, kaun LeBron? Kiska followers dekho, bro, Kohli ke. And like people who make such an impact, right? We need to have their own line, bro, of like, not a line, but like their own, like a Jordan, he can have a shoe, bro.
See, for them, कैसा रहता है कि अभी Puma ने 1.8 KL Roll के साथ निकाला है. But I don't think so. They have their marketing on point It's just launch kiya, dump it on these social media sites. Oh, sorry, Flipkart, Amazon, and Myntra. Like, public does not know about that. And with KL, I think so. He was very clear that he wanted a low budget shoe, something in the range of 1,500 to around 2,000 rupees, is what I feel. But yeah, I feel it can be marketed a bit more better.
Bro, but I think Ajaz was also working with him, right? Shout out to Papu, bro.
So I found out more about the shoe from Ajaz's posts rather than Puma.
I think there's some element which is not making it happen, right? I think it's them taking a step to go out and doing an event or something where the sneaker scene is put off to people, bro.
It's sorry. That's communicated very so. Like he looks at it from a design perspective. I, having a marketing background, look at it from a marketing perspective, where the story behind the shoe needs to come out. You've put that story into designing, but if it's not communicated, then there is zero sense behind that design. And like you said, you need to do events. You need to call sneakerheads.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I also feel like me being a sneakerhead, I would rather want to play. I would love that story or that shoe. But these regular sneakerheads which are out there today, they want the hype. So unless you don't create that hype, then the value of the shoe is not there.
Yeah, bro. It makes a lot of sense when you meet someone and he's like, "Haan, mere paas hai juta," but they have no idea about the juta.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, bro. He's just wearing it because he's buying it because everyone has it, right? End of the day. And you don't get the vibe also, bro. Maza nahi aata hai to talk to that person also because he's not interested also. Neither he wants to know कि क्या हुआ है. He's like, मेरे पास है because उसके पास भी है और वही चाहिए मेरे को.
हाँ, मेरे पास 1,00,000 रुपया है, मेरे को जूता लेने का है, मैं जाके जो सबसे महंगा जूता दिखता है वो उठाता है. That's where I feel the entire essence of culture then goes away.
Bro, let's list down what are like the tops for you coming down to like sneakers.
Wow, it's a list that never ends or changes every day. Yeah, so for me, there's this Diodora Spaghetti Western
Okay.
that I don't know. A lot of people, again, these are non-hype pairs, so please excuse me for that. So based on all these Clint Eastwood movies that used to come out, you know, Good, Bad and Ugly, and all these. So there's this pair that was made with the poncho and all this. Oh, it looks fantastic.
Crazy.
Yeah. There's this other pair called Giallo. Again, it's an extra butter pair. Extra butter was working on the Spaghetti Western and the Giallo as well. In Asics, I would like to have the orange coils. Those are fantastic. Have you seen the orange coils? Check it out. It's again, I can't. It's with a few.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they had the pair of red coils and orange coils. I prefer the orange coils better. And apart from that, in the Nikes, I would like to have the foam posit Predators.
Okay.
Yeah, that is something that I really like. And which one is that? Jordans mein तो इतना नहीं. Jordans का इतना craze नहीं है.
Lazy, bro.
And that's it for me. I can't.
I didn't know 2-3 of them.
Yeah, same here, bro.
I have a lot more. I can't recollect them at this time. So I would like, Dunks, I would say orange lobsters. No, not the red lobsters.
The red lobster.
Red lobsters. Then you have the Porsche guy who's he is this Porsche customizer from LA.
Okay.
I forgot his name. I can't remember his
Oh, Sean with the spoon. No.
No. Sean with the spoon. He's one of the older guys in the LA car scene who resto mod Porsches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he had his show last year with Nike Dunks.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. And those came out. I was really surprised how Nike approached this guy and partnered with him. And apart from that, I'll just leave. Too many. We can talk about this for days.
There's one conversation I can love having with him about.
Yeah.
And like time ऐसा जाता है पता भी नहीं चलता, bro. It's just like informative and like you want to have those sneakers then.
Yeah.
You want to research about them. Like ये कौन सा जूता है, bro? I want to check it out. But yeah, man, it's amazing having both of y'all here today, and I want to hear from you as well, bro.
So my list, my first top grade pair is the 1985 Breads. Because Jordans बहुत थे, but Bread was the one which got the hype. And the best part was I have had an opportunity to work with people who have worked on that pair, like in some or the other way. So when they tell me the stories, it just gives me goosebumps, and I was like, I need to have that pair. So that's my first grail of all time. Apart from that, I think SBs may I won the Stussies, the cherries. They're a good pair.
Fantastic shoe.
Yeah.
Before the SB craze started, again, those and the MF Dooms were in the bandwidth
Yeah.
$300.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't think you can find Stussies for...
Bro, the Dooms also.
Yeah, Dooms. I'd seen them for $264, $265, and StockX was new. MF Dooms. And this is... So with Dooms, again, I was telling him, people, the hype behind Doom and the shoe started after his death.
Most people don't even know. Bro, like, when like... crazy. That's something I would want to fucking cop, bro. And like, get into. Like, I also wanted the Cortezes, bro. The the Kendrick. Couldn't get my hands on them, bro. I couldn't get them. But when I didn't want to pay so much money, then I was like, bro, Cortez ke liye itna paisa nahi dena hai, bro.
But yeah, that's my second pair. Just to see SBs. Third pair would I think be the 97 bullet train.
Oh, nice. The MX 97.
MX 97 bullet train.
Bullets or the
The silver bullet. Silver bullet. That's again.
Did you buy them? They just came out right now.
No, I won the OG ones. The
OG.
97 one.
Okay.
Like, so because I love the Japanese culture, it needs to be that pair.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that also. Like, it's interesting, bro. Like, your name is Shinichi, right? We want to talk about a little bit about like how the name was given to you.
So basically, my parents are Buddhists, and the Buddhism that we follow, where the mentor is in Japan, where he writes a lot of books about his life, his journey, and the character that he's talking about, he's going abroad and talking about Buddhism abroad, and like putting the message of world peace abroad. So his character ka naam Shinichi tha in the book. And my dad read that book, and he was so inspired by that entire character, that how he's helping people abroad and stuff like that. So he's like, I want मेरा बेटा होगा, and वो बेटा का दो ही काम रहेगा, वो जाके लोगों को खुशी देगा, peace देगा, and he'll spread happiness everywhere, and he'll protect women. Those two were the things, and he's like, इसका नाम वो Shinichi होगा. And you've seen Naruto?
No.
You've seen Naruto. So Naruto also has the same story.
Yeah.
He's like, the father has this mentor, जिसका मतलब he writes this book.
Yeah.
And वो book में character का नाम Naruto रहता है. And my father's like, I want my son to be like that character who protects people. And I saw Naruto and I was like, hey, ये तो मेरे से copy किया है. But yeah, that's how my name is Shinichi.
So you keep going to Japan often or not?
I have been to Japan once.
Okay.
I want to go soon. But
Yeah, like the scene out there for shoes is
insane.
insane.
Yeah, how's the Japanese shoe scene, bro?
Again, you have all these big retailers like Atmos
Yeah.
and a lot of thrift shops there. You know, that's how it started off, where people used to go to the US to study, and they used to once the course is done every week or anything, they ship multiple pairs out here. And in the US, I don't know the thrift scene is that crazy or not, but in Japan, people do like to, keep it properly and then pass it down if they're not using it to somebody who can wear it later on.
I think Bombay में तो थोड़ा thrift scene चालू हुआ है. Yeah.
In terms of apparel, I've seen
Apparel a lot, bro.
With shoes, because nahi.
Shoe mein, there's this one pair who is doing this, where they're selling used pairs. Like it's a platform for people to sell their used pairs. But apparel to like Sarojini Churchgate Station, matlab 100 rupees, you're getting great shit.
Yeah, bro, like that's a trip though. वहाँ जाके मजा आता है कि क्या खजाना मिलने वाला है, bro.
And you got real good stuff. So
Yeah.
I copped this, like I went with my friend and I get a lot of my Dickies and Carhartts from there for like 200 rupees, 300 rupees. But best was I found this one jacket He was, I think, some German brand. Uska retail back in 97 was 50,000 Indian rupees mein. And I got it for 100 rupees.
What?
I got it for 100 rupees.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
And my friends already taken it. He's wearing it on runways and everything.
Wow.
But that's just like, that's the fun about going thrifting. Like, you never know what you're finding. Which Japan, it's like a different level game.
Yeah.
Different level. And Nike started from Japan, yeah?
Yeah.
Onitsuka Ono uthaye India
Blue ribbon sports.
Blue Ribbon Sports.
That's crazy, bro. Like, this is one podcast we did today about sneakers, and I think this is just the beginning. And yeah, bro, this is just like a intro. But I think we'll have another one soon. And it's amazing having both of y'all here, bro. And with so many sneakers here today, हम किसी को कुछ नहीं देने वाले हैं. सही कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला, बस तुम देखो and be miserable that you don't have these shoes. I'll be putting my bros links at the bottom. And this is another way that Rohit will come out and start making some good sneaker designs again that I want to. Yes. Please hit the boys up. If ever you want custom designs, hit both of them up. Guidance to make shoes, whatever, you know their links at the bottom. Get in touch with them. And till then, apna dhyan rakho. Take care. Gamir.